Hi, I'm Camilla, and this is Kang, and we're the Fine Resellers, and we are here at the bins. The sun is shining. We just think it's going to be a great day, so come along with us to see what we pick out of the bins, and if we find something over $100, we told ourselves that we would reward ourselves on the way home. Stay tuned to see if we get that reward and what it is.
The lines are already pretty long. The competition is going to be pretty fierce, but let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
When you get to the bins, it's really important that you don't do what I am doing right now, where I'm going straight to the clothing bins. What you actually should do is think about where you want to go first and then go straight to it. What we like to do is pick up a lot of shoes, so that's probably where I should have gone first.
Yeah, usually I go straight to the shoes, and I often look at the regulars, the people I know that are there pretty often, and I see what aisle they are going to, and sometimes I follow them because they might know that that one is new for the day because they were there, all day the day before. But we like to go through the bins and we put anything into our cart that is even remotely something that we would consider picking up, and then go through it later because we'd always rather have it to be able to say, oh, we're not going to get that, than regret not picking it up.
Yeah, just like this piece. We weren't exactly sure what we were going to do with it, and after looking up the comps, we decided to buy it.
This is a BCBG Max Azria top. I hear people poo-pooing BCBG Max Azria all the time. However, every time I've picked it up, I've sold it for like $20, so I'm gonna keep picking it up. Especially when it's like something like this. This is like 4 ounces.
The next tip is you can have 2 strategies when looking through clothing bins. My strategy, look through everything, look at everything, look at all the tags, do all of that.
Yeah, I tend to skip some items knowing, I'm not looking at t-shirts, I'm not looking at certain things like these maxi dresses I would have picked up and looked at because I like to look at dresses, but some things based on feel I will or won't look at.
This one turned out to be alright. If I look through everything, I find a few things like this dress, and we ended up picking it up.
Here we have an Athleta maxi dress, and we pick up a lot of Athleta. It's one of our favorite bread and butter brands to sell. And the dresses and things like that, especially if I can find the style name, some of the more recent pieces have like the style number in there. So it's pretty easy to look up and find the exact name of the dress, and that helps it sell pretty quickly. You definitely should go through all of the bins at the bins, because even though this isn't a new rotation, we still pick up some things from this one, like this Peter Millar polo, and I think that this was left behind because it has some embroidery on it, but we sold it anyway. Peter Millar is one of our favorite men's brands to sell. It sells pretty well for us. This one does have some embroidery on it, so that's going to lower the value a little bit, but I still think we can get at least $20 for it. I didn't really look it up, and so we'll see how this does, and maybe we'll consider taking the embroidery. Here we're lined up for the new bins, and a good tip here is that when they come out, you want to kind of check out what the bins are as they're coming out to see which one you want to stand in front of if your bins allows that. And then you want to really be paying attention so that you can lunge forward when they say go. And in the chaos of the new bins, often people start to really hurry, but don't feel like you have to do that. You can go at your own pace, and just because other people are like throwing things around or digging really quickly doesn't mean that you can't take your time and look at each thing. That's the way that we find the best stuff, is really kind of going at the pace that we feel like is good for us, being able to look at the brands of the things that we're digging through, because otherwise we miss things in the bins. But going that kind of slowly, we tend to pick up quite a few things.
The next tip is to do your comps. Even throughout the day, we are just pausing, just doing our comps, making sure we're looking at every single item, making sure that they've got at least a decent sell-through rate for a decent price, and just being consistent with how we're doing that so we're not doing it all at the end. And it really works well for us.
Okay, so this is a sweater by Vivian by Vivian Tan, so I believe it's a lower line of that brand. We've sold Vivian Tan once before. We actually sold it on the Real. I think we only made like $10, but we only spent $1 on it. So we'll see how this does. It's definitely like a shrug sweater, so not super in style right now, but I think that the brand will kind of carry. So our next tip is to always be kind. And as you can see, the workers are rolling out the bins and everyone is lined up, and this is always a really fun part of the day. Often the workers are kind of joking around and you get to talk with the people, kind of sitting next to you, waiting. And so if you're kind to both the workers and to other people there, you might end up, you know, getting things for other people, or they get things for you that they know that you're looking for, and all of that. And it just, you know, makes the experience so much better when you know, give something good, you get something good in return, especially when it comes to kindness. That's definitely true. So that's kind of the way that we operate at the BINS.
It's especially true when you go a lot and you see familiar faces. You can really strike up some friendships. It's always good to have some people who have your back at the BINS too, you know, just in case you need some backup or something. So it is what it is. Some people are not as nice, but being kind always works out to the better in the long term. Johnny O is another brand that we weren't exactly sure, and then we had to look up the comps again because it's one of those brands that I thought I remembered is good, and it actually is pretty good. I think the sell-through rate for this particular brand is about 100%, so you know, sell-through rate is king to us, and I think that we'll get maybe 20 or 25, but the sell-through should be great. Our final tip is to just look everything over, make one final go around, look at all the things that you have in your cart. If you find issues when you get home, that's like tripping at the finish line, so you definitely want to check things over and just be satisfied with all the items that you're picking up.
Here I have some Ulukai loafers, and I love picking up Ulukai. This is one of my favorite men's shoe brands to sell. Loafers have done pretty well for us, even when they're kind of in rough shape, which these are kind of in rough shape, you know, like the tops of them. I think I can kind of clean them up a little bit. I think part of it is just kind of dirt, basically. These are really nice to sell because they always have the style name in there, and then you can look them up really easily, and people like love these shoes. I don't really get it. I mean, I guess like you're like surfer dude in your surfer dude era, you want to wear these, but I don't know, wouldn't be me. Here I have a pair of Echo hiking boots, and Echo is a really nice brand, and hiking boots we usually look at anyway. Most hiking boots are a little bit more valuable than just regular shoes. They are a little bit more expensive. These are not in perfect condition, but they are in pretty good condition, and they don't smell, which is good because sometimes we get hiking boots and they stink. These are a pair of Lucky Brand booties, and I thought they were so cute with these like buckles, and they're in really nice condition, so I picked them up. I haven't been picking up as many Lucky Brand shoes as I did in the past. I feel like they used to be kind of really on trend, and now they're a little bit like, you know, it's kind of chuggy. But I don't think that these are chuggy. I think these are really cute. I could really see someone wearing these, and I think that the buckles really do a lot for them. The buckles and the color. I like the color too. Here I have a pair of UFOs. I haven't picked up UFOs in a while. I haven't found them in a while. That's why I haven't picked them up. They usually sell very quickly for me. They're like a recovery foot flap, or they're like super comfortable. So people use them like when they're recovering, or if they have like feet problems, or they just want like extra comfort. And so they sell really quickly. It's hard to find the size on them, but they're actually, the size is like right down here. We forget it every time. We're always like, oh my gosh, where's the size? Where's the size? But it's on the bottom.
All right, we've got this huge pile of stuff and a bunch of hard goods. This is actually a pretty good highlight. It's called a Little Green. Should be easy to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We've got some other highlights here. This one, a Lakeland suede coat.
Here is our $100 item. It is a suede coat by the brand Lakeland.
Yeah, I looked up the comps and it was over $100. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it's got great material and it's like a really nice long coat. So the comps show about 100% sell-through rate, and the price range is pretty wide. I'm pretty confident that we can get at least $100. We'll see how it goes. This is the tag for it, and then there's also this other small issue that we need to fix that we didn't really see at the bin, so we'll disclose it. But overall, the quality seems really good. The condition is actually quite good, and we are going to try to get it sold before the cold season is over.
Aviator Nation. So I was really excited. I was thinking earlier that I wanted to find Aviator Nation, and then I found it in the bin.
Crazy.
And I almost passed it up because it looks like something like from Target or something like that.
Right.
But it's not. I hadn't found it in a really long time, like since like
years.
we first started
like 2
reselling.
years.
And I almost didn't look at these because they look kind of like not very nice. But then I looked at the tag and it was Aviator Nation, so I was so excited. So this should sell for like $60. Definitely Aviator Nation, I think, has cooled on the resale market. Back when I originally picked it up, I think I picked up just like plain sweatpants with the rainbow stripe on the side, and I think they sold for like $90 within a day. It was crazy. And then of course, our best friend, Johnny.
Johnny was.
You would not think that this is Johnny Was because it doesn't have any embroidery at all. It has like faux embroidery with this pattern. Like it almost looks like it should be embroidered, but it's not. So I don't think this will go for as much as some embroidered Johnny Was will, but I do still think it should do pretty well for us. I'll probably start at like $50. And then we got some quilt tops.
Quilt tops.
So
Only
that's
the
a quilt
tops.
that's not, you know, it's the top of the quilt, but not the whole quilt.
Right.
And then this one is Grandma's Flower Garden.
Super
So,
popular
really nice.
pattern.
Okay, so then we got 2 quilt tops, which I'm really excited about because they are, I believe, some feed sack fabric and they're really nice. And so I'm hoping that these can sell for a good amount. They aren't that big, but if someone wanted to add some sashing on the side, you could probably make it into an even bigger quilt. So really excited about this. This one, which is an 8-point star. There are some, you know, discolorations, probably from age. I'm sure that if someone wanted to buy it, they might not use it. You know, they might put it into a different kind of project or just use some of it. So I still think that this should do well even with the stains.
So the person who is going to buy this will probably wash it. We've steamed it for sanitary purposes, but we don't want to really ruin the coloring, so we don't put it in the wash, and we didn't feel like hand washing it ourselves.
So this is the other one that we got. This is the Grandma's Flower Garden pattern, and this one is definitely sought after, this pattern. You can see that each little piece is this little hexagon, and so they're all pieced together. And so that took forever. And so I'm really excited about this one. I haven't looked it over to see if there are any stains on this one, but I would assume that there probably are if this other one has, you know, stains like it did. But I think that this should do pretty well. I think I'm going to start it at maybe $100. I think that it can go for that much because of this kind of retro fabric that's on there and because it's such a nice pattern.
And if you're interested in getting into reselling quilts, it's a really big market. We have a free downloadable PDF where you can find the best-selling patterns to be on the lookout for, and then you can kind of make an informed decision. You know what the patterns are called, and then you can look it up, do better comps on them.
And if you're really interested in learning more about quilts, we have a video about it, and the real kind of information of the video is also in the comments. We've had a lot of like real life quilters leave comments, and so that comment section is full of information. So even if you've watched that video already, if you're interested in selling quilts, you should go and read through some of those comments because people have left some really good ones.
All right, so the way that we get to reward ourselves is with a Diet Coke. And you can see in the
Diet Coke.
McDonald's Diet Coke is the best. You can see in the back that there is just so much stuff. So we're really glad that we were able to get at least one $100 item and we get to reward ourselves.
So this is the rest of what we got. We have some Lululemon shorts. These usually sell for us for around like $25, $20, $25. This one still has the pull tag on it, which is pretty good, and I did check it and has the little size dot, and so I can look up the style name of these. They are super cute, but with Lululemon, because they have the built-in underwear, you always need to check that because sometimes it can be a little nasty. I usually try to do that before I leave the bins, but if you forget, that's, you know, it's not very sellable. Here we have a pair of 575 jeans, and I looked these up. I never heard of them before, but when I picked them up out of the bins, they felt like they were nice, and these had a pretty good sell-through rate and they were selling for about $20, so I decided to pick them up. I really like selling jeans. I think they're super easy to list, so I will pick them up even if they don't sell for a whole lot of money. So here we have some Prana jeans. We pick up a lot of Prana, well, we pick up Prana when we see it, and the reason that we do that is that it sells pretty quickly for us, not for a whole lot of money, but Prana stuff is really expensive new, so people buy it used online because they are looking for that, you know, quality that they have, you know, they're like sustainable or organic or something like that. It's kind of like in that zone. So people, you know, if that is a value to you but you don't have enough money to buy it new, you can buy it from us used online. Here I have a pair of Under Armour golf shorts, and I picked these up because these have a really good sell-through rate for us. We have gotten quite a few of them in our Thread Up Men's Rescue boxes, and so I decided to pick these up, and they should sell for like $15. Not a whole lot, but you know, really easy sell. These are Polo Ralph Lauren. They are cargo shorts, and these I actually picked up 2 of. I'm going to lot these together and sell them as a set. And these don't have a size tag on them, unfortunately, or at least that we could find. So I will be just measuring these and then listing them as is. Here we have another pair of Prana jeans. These are like a coated jean, so they're kind of like, they have something on top of them. These might not do as well as the other ones, but they should still sell, you know, maybe for about $15.
Or maybe they'll do better.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. Here we have some American Eagle jeans. I've kind of cooled on American Eagle jeans, but I thought that these were a nice, style. They're in really nice condition, so I decided to pick these up. This is the newest tag of American Eagle. Their like current one, and that's the only one I try to pick up nowadays. I feel like American Eagle has become kind of saturated in the market, so I try not to pick up, short sizes, really skinny jeans, like older styles, that sort of thing.
So these pants I picked up in particular because this brand is pretty expensive, and even when they're on sale online retail, I knew that they go for a lot. So I kind of know from personal experience that their shirts go for a lot, so be on the lookout for their button-up shirts as well. And these are just some really nice dress pants. So just another brand for you to be on the lookout for.
Here we have a pair of American Eagle shorts. I picked these up because they, are super easy sells, especially going into spring and summer. So, and they're pretty lightweight. This is a button fly one, so pretty, modern style. So excited to sell these. So here we have a Madewell shirt, and this is the courier shirt. I recognized it immediately when I pulled it out of the bins. I've sold this maybe 4 or 5 times. It's a really popular shirt by Madewell, and it usually sells very quickly for us, right around like $25, $30, depending on the size and the style. But this is a classic shirt, and people, know that they like this shirt when theirs gets stained or gets whole or worn out or whatever, they buy a new one from us. This is a sweatshirt by the brand XCVI, and I've sold this brand maybe once or twice before, early on when we first started reselling, and it's kind of like a lagging look, kind of hippie brand. But it does sell pretty quickly for us, and it usually goes for around like $25 or $30, depending on the style. I didn't look up this exact style because I knew that this was a good brand. So here we have an Athleta rash guard. At least I believe it's a rash guard, like a swimsuit top. This came in a bin that had a ton of Athleta, Banana Republic, White House Black Market items. So I picked through and got the Athleta stuff and a few other things. So really excited about this, and just the fact that I could pick a bunch of stuff all from one bin, that's always the best. This is a Texans sweatshirt, and it's just a women's sweatshirt, but it's NFL branded, and it is the end of football season, but I think that these kind of fan gear, they do well, and we've sold quite a few of them, so I usually pick it up when it's in nice condition, and this is in really nice condition. We do pick up Harley Davidson shirts. We sell them for about $20 depending on the design and all of that. So we picked this up, and I think it should do pretty well.
Especially at the bins, it's like just a t-shirt.
Right.
You can get probably $15 or $20 for it. It's worth it to us.
Here I have a Maeve top. I usually pick up Maeve stuff, and because this was so light, I feel good about picking it up. It will sell for probably about $15, so not like winning the lottery number, but still pretty good. Here I have some Uggs. They're like have the sweater top on them, pretty cool. We picked up a good amount of shoes this day. There were just a ton of shoe bins when we first got there, so it was like a little race to get to all the shoe bins, especially before my BINS nemesis. I mean, she's a nice enough lady, but she's a really good picker, and she loves to pick shoes, and so I'm always like, oh, I gotta beat her because she's gonna pick all the good shoes. So anyway, I got to a few bins before she did, and so I got some good shoes this day. Most people at the bins are pretty nice at our bins. I feel like everyone is pretty friendly, and it's really more like about, these people that are like so much better at reselling and picking than you are, and so it's just like, oh, I gotta be there before they are because they're gonna pick all the good stuff.
Yeah, friendly competition.
Yeah,
too.
These are a pair of Corks shoes, also known as Corkies, or part of the line of Corkies. And so we sold this brand once before, and it sold really well for us. These are in not as good condition as the kind that we got before, but I still think that they're pretty nice, and so these should sell for probably about like $25, maybe $30. Here we have the cleanest pair of natives we've ever picked up.
Right.
These are in really nice condition. We usually find natives and they're like trashed because babies and little kids wear them all the time, but these are in nice condition, so we picked them up, and these should sell for like, I don't know, $10. Not a whole lot, but I pick them up pretty often. They're really easy to list. I pretty much just copy the title from the last pair I listed, and they sell super fast. Usually I feel like I often sell them on Facebook Marketplace. I think moms are shopping there. Babies grow out of shoes so fast, and if you have one that you like, you just keep buying that one and the next size up. And so it's really easy to sell them online. Here I have a pair of Teva, and it's starting to be Teva season in just, you know, a month or two. People are going to be buying them for summer camp, for, you know, just beach vacations, that sort of thing. And these are really cool. These are just like a rainbow pair almost. So I really like these, and honestly, I might wear them, you know, a couple times before I sell them. I like them. They're my size, so I might wear them a couple times. They're very cute. Here I have some saltwater sandals, and I didn't look these up because I thought, you know, I might sell them, but I also might keep them. They are my size. And these are a classic, like, summer sandal. People buy these and they wear them like all summer, and then they get a new pair the next summer because they've worn them out. So I feel like these will sell pretty well. I can't tell, like, it says 6W8 on the back here, so I don't know if that means it's a 6 or an 8.
6 women.
This is a pair of Earth sandals. They make these negative heel shoes where it's like taller at the toe and then it, you know, kind of slopes down instead of sloping up like with a heel. But these I looked up and they seem to be selling pretty well. It definitely, these will sell more in the summer than they will in the winter. So the sell-through rate wasn't great, but I believe that's more seasonality than anything else. I could really see these being like a super comfortable shoe. You could wear these traveling and stuff. Earth is a very expensive brand, and I see people trying to sell it for like a lot of money. So I usually just underprice them a little bit.
Yeah, ruthless.
Ruthless reseller. Here we have some Timberlands. I mean, these do not look like Timberlands, but they are. They are a nice leather clog and, you know, just a nice driving clog. So we'll see how these do. I picked them up based on brand. I don't think that they are necessarily like, you know, the type of shoe that Timberlands are known for. But Timberland, you know, is known for its quality. So I do think that these will do pretty well. Okay, so here we have a Texas hat. Kang thinks maybe it might be Tennessee.
Possibly.
Let us know down in the comments what you think it is.
You would think that we would look these things up before we make this video, but we don't. We'll do the research after.
I looked it up when I was there. I looked it up and looked up University of Texas, and I found some that looked like this. So
okay, well, I'll defer to her.
Either
she's usually right.
Either other people made the same mistake that I did, or I'm right. So
leave
your vote down. Leave your vote down in the comments what you think.
She's probably right.
Anyway, it's vintage. That's why I picked it up.
Yeah.
And it's in pretty good condition. Just a little bit of yellowing on the inside, but overall, pretty nice. Okay, so this is a Banana Republic top, and it's just a very basic top. The reason I picked it up is that it's new with tags. Originally, it was $69. Would you pay $69 for this? I would not. Personally, I would not pay $69 for it.
Yeah, I would not let her pay
It's
$69.
not even silk or anything. It's like polyester. I don't know where these companies think that they can charge this much money, but anyway, I'll sell it for like $20. Here I have a Maeve top, and this one is also new with tags. It came in the same bin as this Banana Republic one. I feel like Maeve makes a lot of things in this kind of like pink and orange color. I don't really get it, but that seems to be kind of their style. And this should sell for like $25, maybe $20. It's very cute. So here we have an Anthropologie top, and it's just a little tank top. I think I can sell this for like $15. It is also my size, so I might wear it in the summer. I think it's pretty cute. It's this batik style, so it's not, I wouldn't call this tie-dye, but what this kind of style is called batik, where basically the way that they make it is you put like wax into design and then you dye it, and then where the wax was, you don't have any dye that gets there. So next I picked up two Banana Republic sweaters. One is silk and cashmere and one is merino wool, but they're pretty much the same, you know, like one is just a crew neck, one's a v-neck, but I haven't decided if I'm going to list these together. They might be a little bit difficult to list together because they're different materials. These will be super easy to list, and they should sell pretty well because of the material. This is an Athleta top, and I picked it up out of that same bin that had all of the Athleta stuff. It should sell for like $15 maybe. So as you can see this day, we didn't get like a lot of really good stuff. We got mostly bread and butter stuff, but honestly, that is really the way that we run our business right now. We don't have a ton of time to be going to the bins very often, so when we are at the bins, we need to make the most of our time, you know, picking up as many things as we can that can make us a good amount of money. You know, a fast nickel is better than a slow dime. We're hoping to get a fast dime, but you know, there can't be choosers, you know. Yeah. This is a J. Crew top, and it's really cute. It's got this like rainbow color on there. So I think that this should do well because it's so cute, even though I believe it's an older style, but I still think it should do well. I have heard that peplum is coming back in style. This is a peplum top where, you know, it kind of cinches at the waist, but it kind of goes out like this underneath the waist. I've heard that that is, you know, coming back in, that that's going to be on trend soon. Here I have an Arc'teryx sweater, and this is kind of just an open front cardigan, but I was excited to find this. I believe it has like some sort of stain or something on there.
Got this thing.
It has a pull at the collar, but the collar basically folds over it, and so I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's not in perfect condition, but I love selling Arc'teryx. So we just sold a vest by this brand that had both embroidery and it had like a paint stain on it, and it still sold for $20, so pretty good.
Sell-through rate. There you go.
Yeah.
It's like the best. It's king.
Yeah,
so even if it's $20, we'll take it.
We have a Carhartt shirt. I pick up a lot of Carhartt. It, again, has that sell-through rate. It sells, you know, pretty quickly for us, and not for a whole lot. This is nice because it's in a good size and is a button-up shirt rather than just a t-shirt. So I think that this should sell for like $20. Here are some overalls by the brand Wolverine. And we pick up most overalls that we see. Wolverine is a nice brand. It's kind of a workman's brand.
Yeah, you know, definitely known for the boots.
I think that these overalls should do well. I pick up a lot of overalls, but I actually hate having to take pictures of them. They're so hard to take pictures of.
Yeah.
And so it's like hard to get them on our wall. Like our wall is like not wide enough. So anyway, it's kind of tough. This is a J. Crew peacoat, and the reason I picked it up is that it's wool and cashmere blend, and so it's a classic peacoat. It has a little belt on there, and the belt is still there. BINS miracle that almost never happened, so I was pretty excited to pick this up. It is definitely old J. Crew, but I don't really feel like peacoats kind of go out of style. I think that will sell for a good amount. Here we have a jacket by the brand Original Use, and when I looked this up, it had a good sell-through rate, and by that I mean there were 0 listed and 1 sold, so, you know, whatever that is. Infinite sell-through rate. This is a trucker jacket. That's the style name of like what this is called, and it's Sherpa lined, so I think that all those things combined, you know, help it sell. People love wearing these. It's like just a kind of classic style, and I saw that the one that had sold for about $40, so I think we can get about $40 for ours as well.
Gotta get a list fast.
So that is everything that we picked up this day at the bins. It was a pretty good day. It was just fun to go together. We love being able to go together. It's like just way more fun to do it, you know, partner up and do it like that, because then Ken can do all the comps and I just get to pick. So I love that.
That's usually how it works. Overall, I think we would rate this haul about A-. A-. So why don't you let us know what you think? I think if we had gotten more like $40, $50 items, definitely would be A+. But we got a lot of great stuff. Overall, great haul.
Yeah, I think so too. So leave a comment what you think you would rate this haul. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing to our channel, especially if you love BINS hauls. We go to the bins all the time and we love sharing what we picked up with you, our viewers. So if you like that, you should subscribe.
Yep. And watch our What's What videos. We'll see you later.
Bye. Yeah, chuggy means like cringe, like you're like wearing stuff from like 2017 or whatever. Here's a J. Jill top.
J. Crew.
Oh, I was even thinking the first time, I was like, I'm gonna say J. Jill. I need to say J. Crew.
Yeah, I could tell.